Hello friends, this is Praveen Chandrakumar from Bylon Creations. Today I want to tell you something about the muscles of the forearm or the muscles of the antebrachium. Okay, let's go through the video. So first of all, what is antebrachium or what is forearm? Forearm is a region which is in between the elbow joint and also the wrist joint. So it is the region between the elbow and the wrist. So this is my forearm or this is my antebrachium. Okay, let's talk about the different muscles which is present in the forearm. The muscles of the forearm is divided into anterior compartment as well as the posterior compartment. The anterior compartment is also known as the flexor compartment and the posterior compartment is also known as the extensor compartments. The anterior compartment has 8 muscles and the posterior compartment has 12 muscles. So there are 8 flexors and 12 extensors which are present in the forearm. So in this video I want to tell you the muscles, different kinds of, that is the 8 muscles which are present on the anterior compartment one by one with its origin, insertion and also the nerve supply. Okay, let's start by one. Okay, the muscles of the anterior compartment. The anterior compartment muscles are further divided into the superficial muscles as well as the deep muscles. There are 5 superficial muscles and also the 3 deep muscles which are present in the anterior compartment. So what is superficial muscles? Superficial muscles are the muscles which are present immediately below the fascia of the region. Okay, and deep muscles are the muscles which are present below the superficial muscles. So here 5 superficial and 3 deep muscles. The 5 superficial muscles are of the forearm are the first one, the pronator teres, then the flexor carpi radialis and palmaris longus, flexor carpi ulnaris, and also the final muscle which is the flexor digitorum superficialis. Okay, the first superficial muscle of the anterior compartment will be the pronator teres. The pronator teres has 2 heads, a long head as well as a short head. The long head takes its origin from the medial epicondyle of the humerus, and short head takes its origin from the coronoid process of the ulna. So this is the origin of the muscle. The muscle has 2 heads, a long as well as short head. Long head from the medial epicondyle of the humerus and short head from the coronoid process of the ulna. Then insertion. This muscle is inserted into the lateral side of the middle part of the shaft of the radius, and then the nerve supply, it is supplied by the median nerve. And the next muscle will be the flexor carpi radialis. The flexor carpi radialis takes its origin from medial epicondyle of the humerus, and it is inserted into the second and third, the base of the second and third metacarpal bone. So it takes its origin from the medial epicondyle of the humerus and inserted into the second and third base of the metacarpal bone. And the nerve supply, this is supplied by the median nerve. And then the palmaris longus. The palmaris longus takes its origin from the medial epicondyle of the humerus and it is inserted into the flexor retinaculum and also the palmar aponeurosis. It is supplied by the median nerve. So the next muscle will be the flexor carpi ulnaris. The flexor carpi ulnaris has 2 heads, a humeral head as well as an ulnar head. The humeral head takes its origin from the medial epicondyle of the humerus, and also the ulnar head takes its origin from the olecranon process and also the posterior border of the ulna. Then the innervation, the insertion, this muscle is inserted into the piriform bone, which is a small sesamoid bone, sesamoid carpal, and also the hook of the hamate and also the 5th metacarpal bone. So on counting the metacarpal, it is from the lateral to the medial side. Okay, so first, second, third, fourth and fifth. So here it is inserted. Okay, so it is inserted into the piriform, hook of hamate and as well as the 5th metacarpal bone. Then come back to the nerve supply. It is supplied by the ulnar nerve. Next muscle will be the flexor digitorum superficialis. The flexor digitorum superficialis has also has two heads, a humero-ulnar head as well as a radial head. So first the humero-ulnar head. The humero-ulnar head takes its origin from the medial epicondyle of the humerus as well as the posterior border of the ulna. And then the radial head takes its origin from the anterior oblique part of the shaft of the radius. Then insertion. This muscle is the tendon of this muscle is divided into 4 parts, and each part is further divided into 2 slips, and they are then inserted into the second, third, fourth and fifth phalanges. And then the nerve supply, it is supplied by the median nerve. So these are the superficial muscles of the anterior compartment or superficial flexor muscles of the forearm. And so here I want to highlight 2 points, and the first one will be the all flexor muscles of the forearm. All superficial flexor muscles of the forearm has a common origin, which is the medial epicondyle of the humerus. And also the second point will be the all superficial flexor muscles of the forearm except the flexor carpi ulnaris have their nerve supply by the median nerve, and the flexor carpi ulnaris is only supplied by the ulnar nerve. The deep muscles, the deep flexor muscles are the flexor digitorum profundus, flexor pollicis longus and also the pronator quadratus. First the flexor digitorum profundus. The flexor digitorum profundus takes its origin from the ulna and also the interosseous membrane. It is inserted into the, on inserting this muscle is divided into 4 slips, and these 4 slips are inserted into the second, third, fourth and fifth metacarpal bone. And nerve supply, it is supplied by the anterior interosseous nerve, which is a branch of medial nerve, and also the ulnar nerve. The flexor digitorum profundus is also known as the hybrid muscle due to the double nerve supply. Then the flexor pollicis longus. The flexor pollicis longus takes its origin from the radius as well as the interosseous membrane. It is inserted into the distal phalanx of the thumb. Nerve supply, the flexor pollicis longus is supplied by the anterior interosseous nerve, which is a branch of median nerve. And then the last and the final muscle will be the pronator quadratus. So the pronator quadratus, it is a muscle which is present in this area. This is the surface marking of the pronator quadratus, and the pronator quadratus takes its origin from the lower part of the ulna, lower part of the shaft of the ulna, and it is inserted into the lower part of the radius, which is a triangular area, lower part of which has a triangular area, and it is inserted into that area, that is the radius. It is takes its origin from the lower part of the ulna and inserted into the lower part of the radius. And this muscle is also supplied by the anterior interosseous nerve, which is a branch of median nerve. So these are the 8 flexor muscles, or the 8 muscles which belongs to the anterior compartment of the forearm. Thank you.